So today, Heather, I've given you the paper stating that this is going to be recorded for training purposes. I got to let you know that I am not a counselor, and I'm doing classes. I'm in training to be a counselor, and this video will be used for the purposes of me being graded. So, with that said, are you okay with being videoed?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I need to take this because I got to turn this in. So, so how are you today?
I'm great. Now that you're here.
Okay, well we'll see. We'll see about that. But is there anything? Are you married?
Yes. Yes, indeed, I am.
You've been married for
10 years. 9 years. 9 years almost.
9 years.
Yes.
Do you have any children?
Just one.
One. And would you like to talk about him?
He's, the reason I'm here, that's for sure. But,
Why do you say that? Why do you say he's the reason why you're here?
'Cause, I don't know, I feel, once you have a child, you feel like you're living for that child, and you stress, and you worry about that child, but, he's in God's hands, so he's gonna be alright, but, I don't know, your child kinda, when you put your child out in the world, people see that child, and that's you, really, and your spouse, all over again, combined together, so, you have to really be careful what you say.
True. You do, because with a child, I mean, it's you got to watch what you say around, because they pick up everything. They hear everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just. You may think that you're whispering, and you and your husband are talking about something, or you and your husband may be arguing. I mean, I'm not that I'm saying that you argue, but yeah, that child knows everything that goes on, and you're just like
more than you realize, because they hear stuff you don't even remember you said.
Yeah. Been there, done that. That brings. That brings.
Thank God they already know I'm crazy.
You're not crazy. No one's crazy. Excuse me. So, what would you like to discuss today? And given that, me saying that, I have to let you know I am in training, and I cannot give you any advice whatsoever, but I can listen.
Well, I think us all in our own way, of life, we're trying to get all of our priorities straight. So I think my main priority now is just, I don't know, like my Uncle Bob, he's like, so are you working right now? And I'm like, well, I'm not working. Why are you going to ask me that? But I worked in retail, for 15 years, dealing with women and putting, making them look better. And I would always try my best to make every individual look as good as I possibly could. But I think I did it for so long, that it's led to me needing a psychiatrist and some major therapy.
Well, to be honest with you, everybody could use therapy. It's not just, and see, that's one of the things that I had written in one of my classes, was that society nowadays, they look down on having counseling.
Mm-hmm.
But really, everybody could use counseling, because you've got that neutral person to listen to you and hear what you have to say. Because if I go and talk to my mom, in the back of my head, I'm going to be thinking, okay, is she judging me? Is she one, so if you go to a neutral person that has no clue what anybody, between us, if that neutral person, they can listen to what you're saying. They can listen and hear you, and maybe give you some insight on
the truth.
Well, their point of view of truth. I mean, and you take it or you don't, And so I just think getting some of the stuff off your chest, I think, is amazing, because I think it's therapeutic for everyone to get stuff off their chest, and they can talk to someone that doesn't know their home life, doesn't know. So what do you think?
Like a spiritual massage. Yes. because
That's one way to look
well,
at
see,
it.
and that's why I feel like I've gone completely mad, is because, you know, for so long I listened to so many different people. I feel like I was a free psychiatrist in a white lab coat working for Clinique, you know. And I think that they think that, like, she's not really a doctor, but I could pretend she's my doctor, and you know, people they'll you know, tell you everything, and you take it all in, and then you can't release anything. You know, it's like I felt like I just did that for so long. I didn't realize how much I was taking in of so many different people.
Well, I've noticed that you keep bringing up when you worked at Clinique and you worked in the public. A lot of that, there's a lot there that you need to work through about, you know, working for that. And, you know, a lot of people don't understand working with retail. I mean, because you can say working with the public, but unless you've ever done it in different situations, because every situation is different. Because, you know, you can work for one place and you go to work at another place and it's totally different. It may both be retail, but it's just a different clientele. And there's a lot there that you need to address in that situation. So, I mean, I see that you feel for people, that I feel like you used to have joy working with the public.
I did. But
So,
I lost it.
So, when did you first see a turning point in that job?
Probably after I had Troy. After I went back.
Why do you think that?
Because, you know, after you have an extension, it's just like, you know, you deplete yourself, and then you never get it, and you just break down, and you're like, I can't, how am I going to survive this?
How you gonna say? But see, you said that you felt like that it was after you had Troy and you went back. Okay, but what happened between you working there and you having Troy and going back?
Well, I think, very good. I think that because I never really got to figure out what I really wanted to do, and then I'm like, I'm going to get, you know, to the point where I never found myself, you know, in my career, and just keep on doing what you know, and then you just never think you can afford to go back to college. I don't know.
There's always a go back to college.
Yeah.
There's always a way to go back to college. You just, if you really want to go to, well, if you want to go to college, then you have to dig and dig and dig to find out ways to go back to college. Because there's always a way. So, if you really want to do it, and what you're really wanting to do, if you know what you're really wanting to do when you go to college, there's always a way to pay for it. There's always, because it's like you could go to NCFC, I think it's a college that you can go and apply for scholarships. Yeah, you got to do a little work for them, because a lot of them are essays, or and if they like what you say, then they give you the money to go to school.
So does that come from the heart or from the brain? Do you have to do a test, or you just speak how you feel?
Well, you speak how you feel, but when you put it in an essay form, you have to have it, and it has to be just so. I mean, it is from the heart, but you got to make sure that your punctuation is right, and but you can always have somebody. David can read it, and
yeah.
You know, you write it, and he can make sure that your punctuation is good and your grammar is good, or you can put it in.
Because I write a lot. And it's almost too much detail. Like too much jibber jabber.
That's fine. You just have to find somebody to keep you on check and read it, proofread it, and trust me, there's always ways to go back to school. But I appreciate you talking to me today, and like I said, this will be viewed. I don't know who all it's going to be viewed by, but it's going to be viewed, and I appreciate it.
Oh,
thank you.
Deborah. Sweet name.